Renato has asked, what's the best Christmas present you have ever given? And before I can answer that, I need to give you a little bit of background. In 2001, a sweet little girl was born into our family. And she was born as my niece. She would have been my niece. And that was in 2001. But before long, we realized that she had not been born into the best family situation. And we realized that somebody needed to step up and take care of the little girl. She wasn't being taken care of very well at all. So my wife and I talked it over and said, that's something we should do. We both are approaching our senior years, but we both felt that's something we should do. So we made motions and made applications to become caretakers of this sweet little girl when she was about one year old. But also on the other side of the family there was a family member that thought that they should be the person that would take care of the little girl. So it became a court battle. It had to be decided by the lawyers, the arguments of lawyers, and finally a decision by a judge. And the judge decided that he thought the best thing for this child at that time was to have split custody or co-custody of the child. And the way he set it up was that she would stay with us 1 week, and the next week she would stay with the member on the other side of the family, which we didn't agree to. We didn't like it, but since that was our only option at that time, we agreed to that. And that started when she was about 1 year old. And every other week we'd swap out. And of course, along in those court proceedings and in the following months, there was hard feelings on both sides, and it got to be there was a lot of cooperation between the two parties. And it went on like that for a while. But my story jumps up to 2004, when she would have been 3 years old. Up to that time, it just so happened the way the court had decided on the swapping out of the weeks, that she was always with us on the week of Christmas, which we really enjoyed and had a real good time having her with us on that Christmas week. But in 2004, we had a change of plans of our normal Christmas traditions and decided that we would spend our Christmas holiday away from home and up in the mountains, which are about a 3 to 4 hour drive from where we live. And we'd rented a cabin. We were going to have the family come up into the mountains. But our plans would take us to that cabin early in the week before the day. We always exchanged, I think, on Friday, before the day we were to pick up our little niece. So we were going to be up in the mountains quite a few hours away. And the other member of the other side of the family would not give at all as far as us coming by and picking up the little girl and taking her on to the mountains with us. Just wouldn't do that. And our reservations were set, so we had to go on and go to the mountains. Just couldn't stand the thought of not being able to spend Christmas with her. So we talked it over after we got up there, and wife and I decided that even though it was a long drive and we could only pick her up late in the afternoon on a Friday afternoon, and it was a long drive, that we would call the other caretaker and tell her that we were coming to pick the little girl up, even though it would be about a 6-hour drive round trip from where we were to go pick her up and bring her back to the cabin with her. And I think that's probably the best Christmas present I've given. We did go get the little girl and bring her back, and the cabin we stayed at was all decorated up for Christmas. Had all kind of little reindeer around and Santas and just beautiful decorations for Christmas, and she just had a ball when we got her back. Had a Christmas tree there, and that was our Christmas present to her, that we included her in our Christmas. and it rewarded us greatly also. And the little town where we were was all decorated up in Christmas decorations, and she just had a real good time from that Christmas present we gave her that Christmas. Like I say, that was in 2004 when she was 3 years old, and that's probably the best one, best Christmas present that I've given, was having her with us. But to kind of put a happy conclusion on the story, that went on that way until this year, 2006, and she turned 5 years old this year. But in July of this year, the decision went back to the court, and the court decided that she would stay with us full time, and it made us all very happy about that. Made her happy, made us happy, and we've had a real good time with her ever since. And right now, we're planning another one of those Christmases with her. But this year will be the first year that she's been with us full time for this Christmas season. So that's my example of the best Christmas present that I ever gave.